What's up, friends? Happy Saturday. Today is, let's see what today is. Hopping on here telling the date and don't know it. Today is January 3rd. I am headed to the gym. It's a Saturday. Typically, I don't go to the gym on Saturday. Typically, Saturdays are reserved for my listening to my audiobooks, catching up possibly on some homework, but school's out until next week. Yeah, I typically don't go to the gym on Saturday, but I was like, let me wake up and go, because, technically for me, y'all, and this is what we're going to be talking about today, but New Year's can start whatever day it wants to start on officially, but for me, it doesn't start until that following Monday. I gotta find my footing. I gotta find how I'm going to flow into this thing, and that just made me think of what my plans are for 2026. And I thought, let's record a video about it, because maybe this could help somebody as well. I've done the whole let's go into the year full throttle list of goals by the end of 2025, or whatever that year is that you're ending. And you have this mindset of new year, new me. We've heard it 1,000,002 times. New year, new me. And I think that's not a bad thing. I used to clown people. I ain't gonna lie. I used to clown people like, child, you said that last year. New year, new me. But I have to be honest. If you let me give you kudos for having that initiative to even say it, to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to clown anybody for self-improvement, but I low-key used to clown people. And it wasn't from a necessarily mean place. It was just like, well, what's going to be different? What there is no magical dust on the clock. And, this moment is not necessarily magical within itself. It does require some things. So what are you going to be doing differently? Now, on the flip side of that, we could take that information and feel like we got to change everything overnight. It's almost like sometimes you get into this feeling as if somebody said that they're coming over your house and they didn't give you proper warning. And now you're literally about to break your neck trying to clean and freshen and put away the clothes. And it puts this overwhelming pressure on you to have things done by a certain time. So this year, I'm not setting goals. You heard it correctly. I'm not setting goals. I have done that, and I don't think it's bad. I'm giving you what works for me. James Arthur Ray, one of my mentors in my head, says, there are many ways to cross the river. I can only give you the way that is working for me. And this currently is working for me. I want 2026, and this is why I also go into the year the following Monday. Like, that's when I'm starting. If I'm going to do intentions or goals, I'm going to do that following Monday. So I have this concept of a soft landing. I'm going to ease my way into the new year, if possible, right? And so with that being said, if I'm not doing goals, what am I doing? I have intentions. For me, goals, you can accomplish goals. I don't want to say goals are wrong. They're not wrong. Please hear me out. What I'm saying is that I've done the goal route and have seen progress, but at the end of it, if I weigh the two, I prefer to set intentions instead of goals. I prefer to set intentions to say, this is the energy that I want to move in this time frame. These are the things that are important to me in this time frame. I don't want to set rigid goals, because while you may see success with that, because I don't think goal setting is bad. That's not a bad thing. I just think it's rigid. I think when you don't have practical outcomes or expected outcomes, I feel like it can deter you. It can make you give up quicker, because goals are like, okay, it's calculated. I got to go to the gym 5 times. I got to lose 20 pounds. I got to do this by this day. And that's a smart goal. Honestly, the format I'm giving you is a smart goal, which is pushed out a lot. Like set smart goals, measurable, this, that, And like I said, that's not bad. But I think different strokes for different folks. For me, I'm going to preference being in the energy of that thing. I'm going to be in the energy of the person I want to come. I'm going to set the intentions, and I'm going to allow. When you set goals, you have a specific outcome. And that specific outcome is how you know when you've achieved the goal. But when you set intentions, you have space for what you desire to evolve. Did y'all hear me this morning? You give space. This is where you see miracles. This is where you see, wow, this is better than I expected. This is when you see I set out to do this, but this happened also. I believe it happens more often in the space of intentions. Because I have set goals, very rigid goals. I got to have this number, and sometimes I hit it. And when you hit it, you feel like you are on top of the world. But when you don't, sometimes that can leave you feeling defeated. And it can leave you feeling defeated to the point where you start to question your identity. Am I even capable of doing this? Everybody be like, pick yourself up. Yes, we gonna eventually get to it, but the cut is still cutting, baby. I'm still cut. My feelings are still hurt. And this is when people start asking you, hey, I thought you said you were late. Yeah, child, I ain't doing that no more. Why? Because you still nursing the wounds from the last time, But when you have intentions, when you're grounded in your intentions of, this is the person I desire to be the person that speaks more. I desire to be the person that it's a little flexibility. It's a little bit more open, and you may even call it a little bit more lofty. You know what I'm saying? But different strokes for different folks. It's in the space of intentions that I am able to see the extras that God has for me. I'll put it like that. It is in that place that I see the extra. I see the bonus round. I see we got something else for you. I see that. I see it's in those places. When I got off social media in August, I said out loud, I said, business, nothing is going to lack. In fact, it's going to open up in ways that I could not fathom. That's literally what I said out loud, because I'm an online content creator, and I built a following on Instagram. I had built a following on Facebook. I was getting speaking engagements for those places, so in my mind, what other way will I be able to speak to people, to talk to people, to tell people about what I do, all of these things. And I said, you know what? I don't know, but I do know that there is going to be a way that will be created for me. So my intentions were, I'm going to follow the leading of what I feel internally, and I'm going to trust that I'm going to land where I need to land. I'm going to trust that it's going to work out. And listen, it has been working out in ways, this is the miraculous, in ways that I could not fathom. Now, if I would have set a goal and said, okay, now that I'm off social media, I have to go to 500 networking events in person, and I have to connect with 500 people, and I got to call them up, and I got to follow up, and I got to do this, and I got to do that, and I would have been overwhelmed first. But then, because I would not have been able to meet those goals, I would have given up. And then I might have resorted back to what I said I wanted to ultimately do. I hope this is making sense, because it's clicking. The heels are clicking. The clock is ticking for me right now, because I'm like, yo, as I'm saying this out loud, I'm like, I'm even more convinced of this is how I want to move this year. Intentions. That's what I want. That's the name of the game for this year. What are your intentions? What are you intending to do? Now, there must be some action behind the intention. I don't want to I just desire. There got to be things that you got to do, but it's kind of like a thing where the next step. It's not a thing where you have to plan out everything right now. Your intentions could be, I intend to become a healthier person this year. That's the intention. Now, the goal would have been, I plan to lose 10 pounds. Well, the intention may supersede the goal, because with the intention, you start managing your eating better. Then you lose weight. That inspires you because you're moving in a direction with openness. It inspires you, well, I'm going to walk for at least one day a week. Now your blood pressure is going down. So you see, all of these extra things come about when you start moving in intention. I think it's powerful. Oprah, where you at? I'm ready for Super Soul Sunday. Yeah, you understand? Now I'll also throw this in here. I'm gonna throw this in here. I'm gonna throw this little piece. I'm gonna give you this piece of chicken, baked, not fried. If your intentions is to eat better. When you have community around you that is supporting your intentions, that you've verbalized your intentions to. See, now I gotta disagree with y'all on this. That move in silence piece, I get the premise, but clearly you're not around the right people if you got to keep secrets about your visions and goals. Now, all it takes is one time for you to speak out loud to people and they start moving funny, acting funny, and you have evidence of the sort. And then that tells you that those aren't your people. Those aren't your people. Those people aren't your people, right? But if you are in a good group, around a good group of people, or don't have it, you need to find that, because you need a space where you can share your intentions and be supported. And you need a space that will clap for you when you are moving in the direction of your intentions. I think intentions are powerful. It's grounding you in something. It's open. It's not rigid. It gives you space for evolution. It gives you space for more to take place. And so I think that is the move for me in 2026. I've been operating in that energy of intentions versus goals. And also, I'll do this too. Get you a Pinterest board virtually, or maybe you're a person that likes. And what I like about the vision board aspect is it reminds you, consciously and unconsciously. If you have something that's flashing before your eyes, and I like the virtual vision board, so I'll have a Pinterest board where I visit often, or I'll have it displaying on my, a lot of our TVs are smart TVs. I'll have it on my TV flashing when it goes into like sleep mode. And of course, everybody got a computer with the screensaver. Put some pictures up there of things that you desire. You know, and like I said, what it does is, for me, is it reminds me unconsciously and subconsciously of those things. Was it 3 or 2 years ago? I want to say maybe 3 years ago now. My partner took me to Africa to see the pyramids for my birthday. Do you know? And you know, it was a surprise. I didn't really know where I was going. Got there, and I thought about it. I was like, this was on my vision board. And I was like, did you see it? Because it's on my TV screen in my office. It was like, no, I never paid attention. Never saw it. I was like, wow, this really works, because it was on my vision board. Like, the pyramids was, and like, I may find that picture and post it on here, but it was legit on my vision board. I'm like, whoa, okay. This stuff does work. It does work. Wow, actually, I'm having a moment, because I'm thinking of some other stuff that was on the vision board that transpired as well. Not everything, I gotta be clear, everything, but that, wow, okay, I'm gonna work on my vision board for this year. Some of that stuff getting recycled, but yeah, I really think that's the move. Do you a vision board, getting you a community. And when I speak of community, I meant to tell you, I have Mastering Life with Mark Coley, and it's a community of visionaries, entrepreneurs, leaders, and people that just say, I not only want to say I want to do better, but I actually want to find the tools to do so. I want to read the books. I want to talk about the books that I read. I want to get on a Zoom coaching call consistently. I want to show up for myself in a way that I haven't before. I want to connect. I want to do something different for 2026 that I know is in me. I want to engage in a different way. I want to engage with different people. You know, we have a lot of conversations about things, but at the end of the day, your actions have to align with what it is that you're saying. Otherwise, it's powerless. It's powerless. And so, I got my school community. I opened it, I want to say now, about 3 days. I was like, let me stop overthinking this. Send it out to my list. People have been joining. We got about 34, 35 people in there now. And yeah, come through. We have our coaching calls for 2026. It starts back this Monday. Lock in, get in the school community, get on the coaching calls. The book that we're reading for 2026 is Harmonic Wealth, and we're taking our time. It's going to be a slow roast. Get that book, lock in with the community, lock in with some stuff that can change your life for real this time. You're not for play, but I got all that information on the screen. But you know how to click. You know how to find stuff. We talking to a lead investigator on this other side of the screen. You know how to find stuff if you're looking for it. So hit the link, man, wherever it's listed. Lock in with the school community. Detach from things that are not growing you. Relationships, situations, groups. If it ain't growing you, if you ain't adding value to it, it ain't adding value to you. What is we doing? And set those intentions for the year and allow those intentions to guide you. Trust me when I tell you it's powerful. All right. Peace. Until we meet again. Hey, ooh, till we meet again.